I love the next song, which is Moon. So Moon is track 8. That one is also with CJ, also on Zoom. He was in Sweden, I was in Nashville, which was so funny, the time difference of us doing that. You know, I'm almost certain CJ told me that this melody came to him. He had to go to the bathroom, and he said, I was just sitting there, and I'm thinking, I came back and recorded that the whole piano melody. It's an epiphany, yeah, you could say that. He took a leak and came out with a masterpiece. We try to dive into different topics about relationships. I think anybody that is in any form of long-term relationship and is fortunate enough to find someone to love them, love is to not be confused with lust. You know, lust is wonderful. Love is really beautiful, and you gotta really want it, and it's so easy to just walk away from something. That's really what this song is all about. It's about a couple kind of going through it, trying to reclaim what they once were and their love, and really doubling down and pouring more love into it than they ever did. You know, I couldn't imagine another day seeing another moon and you're not by my side. And, you know, that's why this song also is sequenced right after Alive. I've talked to a handful of people after the show, because I try to stick around as long as I can until they literally kick us out of the venue. I've had a handful of people telling me, like, my husband and I, or my wife and I were in the roommate phase, and, you know, we forgot why we fell in love and the efforts, and we started putting the kids first and lost sight of, you know, it's us first and everything else after, and we can show the kids how to have a great marriage by us doing that first. It helped a lot of people kind of reconnect, and I don't know, maybe it's therapeutic in some sense for some folks. I think down the road I would like to touch more on those type of songs, because I know I've learned a lot. Growing up, like therapist and therapy was very stigmatized, not in a bad way, but I didn't understand kind of what it meant. I just thought it meant you go there if you're broken, which, to be honest, I think everybody's a little broken whether you recognize it or not. I went there at the time to just learn more about myself. I wasn't in a bad place or a dark place. It was more of, are there things I'm missing that I do like habitually that I might not see? And I learned so much about myself and love and relationship. I would just advise anybody really, you know, to tap into that. You know, there's a lot of resources out there. And wow, long and behold, I have better relationships, I have better this, I have better that. I guess Moon is like a tip of an iceberg of a greater experience I've gone through and really grown from in a great way. So yeah, I hope people really resonate with that song. Can't not talk about the music video, because that was fantastic. We were talking about different ideas, and we're in the broad daylight, and Ray's telling me we're gonna make it look like nighttime. It was 90 degrees out in the middle of the afternoon. I've never doubted Ray, not even in that moment. I did want to understand, how are we going to make this look like nighttime? He did it. I mean, that looks like the Twilight Zone. Oh, and Iva, shout out to Iva for her incredible acting and being a part of that and making that come to life. So there's one scene where Ray was telling me, go in the woods and run through the woods as fast as you can, jump over stuff. You know, I'm thinking, you know, am I going to get bit by ticks? Like, am I going to get Lyme's disease or whatever the hell it's called? No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I climb into these woods, I run out, you know, it's the scene where I'm jumping over a branch, I come out, there's ticks all over me. I'm like, holy shit. You know, I'm just nervous I'm going to get a disease and I can't perform for upcoming tours. You know, it's kind of like the feeling when you're a kid and you find a spider in your bed and you're convinced they're everywhere. So he goes, all right, let's break for a couple hours and then we'll come back to the warehouse where we're going to shoot the mirror scene. I knew the first thing I was doing is I'm going home and I am showering. I stripped down to nothing. Got into that shower. I mean, I had a mirror inspecting every angle of my body. I started seeing parts of my body I've never even seen. One of my favorite parts of that music video was the mirrors. We're setting these things up with fishing line and we're gonna hit the sledgehammer. Well, Iva was like, this sledgehammer is loose. The top head's loose. And I looked to Ray, I'm like, what's going on? What if it breaks? You know, Ray's typical. Who cares? It'll be cool. I think we only did one. I think we hit one mirror. That broke off and ripped through. We're like, what do we do now? Do we try to hit it? I think we actually did try to hit it with the shaft. Did nothing. We gotta just throw this thing. So I picked it up like a baseball and just started chucking it through. I didn't realize how much I kind of enjoyed breaking stuff. You know,